Hey guys, Ted Bogert here. Welcome back to the TED Show. I think I've seen this young lady grow up, or at least it feels that way. I've known her for a long time. This is the amazing Jamie Lede Betz. She is a mom, a wife, a career lady, and she also is going to come on today and share her journey with health gains versus weight loss. She'll tell you that journey, but I think it's very motivational and inspirational, and she's truly one of the sweetest people on the planet. Welcome to the show, Jamie. How you doing today?
Thank you. I'm excited to be here on the infamous TED Show.
It's infamous, all right. I'm just excited you're here. I have been following your journey, obviously, and I think it's just such an important message that you have and how you were able to figure it out for you. But before we get into that, I told you that the audience loves to know a little bit of origin story. So tell us the 411 on Jamie Betz.
Sure. Well, I am a bit of a jack of all trades. My main background is in hospitality and event management, which is where in the early stages of my career, I ran into Ted at the Citrus Club, where I was a server in the lounge. So that started after high school. And then I worked my way through the events department. I graduated from UCF, started working.
Nice.
Yes, go Knights. I started working at Disney seasonally and spent the most of my career as a Disney World wedding event manager. And it was just the most amazing experience, as you can imagine, working in weddings and having all the resources of the Walt Disney World Company, entertainment-wise, and bringing that to wedding days was just a special, special time in my life. It's where I grew up, essentially, and really cut my teeth in the corporate world and career-wise. And then, as everyone knows, 2020 happened, the infamous pandemic. So from there was definitely a shift, and I had moments of not being able to fully give myself of service and feel like I was giving that wonderful guest service that I is accustomed to providing to everyone at the level I wanted to. So decided to make a big jump and totally get out of my comfort zone and take a step back from corporate, where I never thought I would be working for myself, because I was not a risk taker. I like the structure, the consistency, reliability. And so it was definitely a shift. So
that's a huge shift. That's a big shift.
It was. I never thought that I would be able to do something like that just from my own comfort level wise. So actually ended up getting my real estate license and worked with my incredible mother mentor. She's been a broker for quite a while, as you know. So I was still able to give a lot of great guest service and be a problem solver for clients looking to sell or purchase homes in their home buying journey. And did that while I was still trying to figure out my place and what I wanted to actually do now that I was outside that corporate structure. So dabble in real estate. I still kept my seasonal status at Disney because weddings are my heart, but do that on occasion and just go out and assist day of. And I recently just also added to my repertoire a sales consultant for an entertainment company called Event Concepts, where we assist couples and corporate events with DJ, photo booth, lighting, entertainment, special effects. So I still get to dabble in the weddings world, but still provide.
I didn't know you were doing that.
I am.
Fascinating. I'll have to get that website we can share with everybody too later.
Absolutely. And so I fell into that transition phase of what am I doing with my life after I left the structure of Disney. And my friend who started posting about her health journey caught my eye, and her and I would get mistaken for each other at work all the time. We always joked that we were sisters from different misters. So when I noticed that she was making some incredible changes and progress, and I got curious and dove into that with her, and not really fully knowing what it all entailed. I knew that I had a weight to lose for a wedding that I was in. And so the journey began, and here I am.
Let me ask you, because I want to talk about that. First of all, you have a great journey, and I do remember those days in the Citrus Club lounge. I think I think health is on everybody's mind. Weight loss, health, getting healthy, being healthy. How do I stay healthy? And because there are so many choices out there, I feel like and some are fads and some are long-term, and then some get proven to not be as great as they were. I mean, there's just so much information. It's very confusing for people, but I believe most people I know want to be healthier. We just don't, we have no idea how to choose that. And since it's normally not one size fits all, we just go with whatever the latest fad is, or, all right, I'm only going to drink water, and I'm only going to eat bread after I beat myself up for 2 months. Like, there's just this whole thing that nobody knows how to wrap their head around. How did you, once you got with your friend, how did you decide this was for you?
Yeah. So it really didn't fully I didn't fully understand when I first jumped in. It really was, okay, order, prepackaged foods, and I have a date that I'm wanting to hit a goal at, but I didn't really fully understand how much of the mindset, education, a community, and the nutrition, they're like 4 equal pillars on the health journey. So that's where I think this really delineated between diets, fads, numbers-based goals versus health gain. It's not a finish line. It's not a start to finish. It's what are you doing habit-wise that you learn through the education piece that will help sustain the results that you're seeing along your journey. That's what the difference was for me. It wasn't just order this food and you'll lose weight, and then good luck after you're done ordering the food, because that's where people gain it back. That's
true. I think a lot of people have tried different things, and I would imagine, I just want to shout this out for anybody listening going, well, it was probably easy for you, Jamie, but you not only have 2 kids, but your husband is an amazing chef. So it's not like you're not around and surrounded by food all the time, which I imagine, and share with us, that must have been like something you really had to put your mind to. Okay, this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So I very much am a comfort food. I totally had a sugar addiction. My husband is an incredible chef. That's actually, we met at the Citrus Club. He was a chef and I was the catering coordinator. So he and I were very much at a place we needed to make a change. Food was always going to be around. And that's the thing that I think really helped the mindset piece is you're going to have all the same temptations around you at all times. But how can you change your habits, your mindset going into every day to make small changes, or find some substitutes, healthy substitutes that still give you a satisfaction of, I like this consistency of this, I like the creaminess of that, but you're working towards your goals versus satisfying a temporary fixation. So it really was using a lot of the tools that this program provided me, and the education materials with the small daily habits and habit coupling really helped too. So recognizing what triggers you to tie food to emotion.
Right. Which is a big deal. Like many people have that relationship with food.
Right. So, and that's something that that was kind of an aha moment for me is our whole lives, we have food when we're happy. We have food when we're grieving, when we're frustrated, when we're sad. And what are 90% of the commercials on TV and on social media is food. So it's always constantly in the forefront, but food is fuel. Yes, it can be used as, to show this, but food to show love, it shouldn't be tied to emotions in that way to where it becomes too much of a habit. And that's where people get themselves in a place where I was, I'm too far gone. This is just who I am. I am this way. I'm always going to feel like this. I thought that I had good energy before because I told myself, oh, I'm fine. I got energy. I can still do this. But knowing what I know now, knowing how I feel now, I wasn't fully living. I was surviving, not thriving.
But I think that's what a lot of people do. That we convince ourselves of that we're fine and we're okay and our habits are okay and it's really not that much of a difference, or we can't change. Or a lot of times I think it's hard for people to admit that they have an unhealthy relationship with food. And even if they do, they have no idea what to do. Well, I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of lean cuisines. That's old school language, but I'm going to buy that and that's going to save me. But if you're not getting to the core and changing your core mindset and your core beliefs about food and your core relationship with food, I think that you're just going to continue to repeat the pattern. So talk about Optavia a bit, because you've referenced it, and I want to talk because it's not just the prepackaged food. There's all of that stuff that you but I want to take a little deeper dive into that because I think it's important for people to know.
Sure. So it is Optavia, so it's not the
Optavia.
It's not the Jamie Lee Curtis yogurt. But yeah, so there are prepackaged fuelings, what we call them. So the fuelings are perfectly portioned, nutrient dense, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, and it provides just the consistent breakdown of your nutrition that you want to get spaced throughout the day. Every 2 to 3 hours you're eating, coupled with what's called lean and green meals. So the easiest part of program is following the nutrition. You pick what you'd like to eat, you customize the fuelings that fit within your schedule, what your day looks like, and it meets you where you're at. If you're running out the door to soccer practice, carpooling kids, if you're in the operating room, if you're, sitting at a desk, this program really does meet you where you're at in your life to make sure that it's as easy as possible to do the easiest part of the plan, which is following the nutrition. You have a roadmap on how to build your lean and green meals as well. So lean and greens focus on lean protein and 3 servings of non-starchy veg coupled with healthy fats. So it's literally A plus B plus C equals a lean and green.
Love it. I love it.
So that's the nutrition side. The education side of program, where I found the most value, was in form of a textbook developed by the doctor who created Optavia and the life book. The life book is if you're more expressive, the life book was my jam because I'm more expressive. So it helps you recognize where you're at in your current state of health and takes you along a year-long journey in this journal of how you can grow and evolve and take away the emotional ties to food, recognize some unhealthy habits, and replace with healthy habits at your pace, one step at a time. The community aspect of program is also super beneficial because a lot of online apps or programs is, here's your stuff, good luck. Where this, you have people in different Facebook groups and weekly Zoom calls that are optional to attend that are along different phases of the journey to have those relatable moments and have those moments of, hey, I fell off the wagon. What did you guys do to reset? Or I'm having a hard time finding this bag of steamed vegetables. Anyone have an idea what stores they're at? So it's just the resources and the people that are there to cheer you on and lift you up who are in a similar place to where you are. There's people that have found community in those that are on program with diabetes, those who have been through a cancer journey, and there's separate groups for that. So people are truly identifying and finding their people.
Love it.
And I know for me too, I had a serious social media addiction as far as not being purposeful with it. So joining these groups in the community, my social feed is now healthy recipes and positivity and people cheering each other on instead of what's the latest special at, I don't know, the pizza delivery place or, all the magical dining month ads and, social gossip. So it's created a more purposeful environment for me too, with the community aspect. And so then the, oh my goodness, it was community. the nutrition, education, and coaching. So having someone to hold you accountable is where a lot of people find success. So my coach is my friend who I saw posting,
I
and
love it.
the coaching aspect of it is just having that weekly check-in. How you doing? What was a win? What was a loss? And recognizing what's your non-scale victory for the week. Because if numbers and what was on the scale truly motivated us for everything that we've tried, we wouldn't have so many options out there. So
True.
having someone say, good job this week. What did you notice off the scale? Let's celebrate that too.
I love it. I love the fact that you've got there's a foundation there. I mean, you're really, the program is really addressing all of the things that people would tend to, if they weren't all together, they'd find a way to not do it. Right. They'd find a way. And I want to, as we wrap up, I want to ask you, obviously, I always said to Karen and your dad, you know, she's so beautiful, but you can tell the weight loss, like I can tell a difference, but it's more than that. So talk a little bit about the soulful, spiritual mind change, emotional change, when you basically took control over your food journey and your relationship with food. How were you impacted?
Sure. So there is a emotional lightness. There is a way that I focus throughout my day to be able to tackle the 4 careers and kids' schedules and wife duties and everything that goes into my day. I feel as though because I was doing Orange Theory and trying to do 5Ks, 104 pounds heavier. And I noticed, I thought oh, I can eat whatever I want because I'm doing my healthy movement. But once I started doing things at a more healthier weight range for my body, the sense of accomplishment when I'm now able to do more physical things. I'm now training for a half marathon, and something I never thought that I would do. So just what I'm capable of and what I'm confident in myself to do as far as physical things and social things. I go to networking events and I don't know anyone, and that is not my jam, but I am going into things now more boldly, and I'm a yes person. I would say no because of that internal thought process of I can't, because I'm who I am and how I look and how I feel. But creating memories with my kids, and also seeing the ripple effect of my young kids having conversations about what's healthy food. Oh, I had this earlier, so I'm going to have this instead. And that's something that I knew before I was not a good example of. But now I'm creating that ripple effect just to keep it going, to be around longer, to enjoy everyone longer. And just, I've seen a result in my professional career and obviously personal too.
Beautiful. That's a testimony right there. All right, Jamie, how can they find out more about you and more about the program?
Sure. So it's Optavia, no worries. So you can find me on Instagram at jbetz2100 or on Facebook, Jamie Betz Health Gain. All one word, no space. But yeah, feel free to reach out anytime. I'm happy to just have a conversation if you're curious to learn more. No pressure. Again, just meeting you where you're at, and no matter where you're at in the health journey, it's not one size fits all, like you said.
It's not. Well, you're an inspiration. I love you and the Lede Betz family. You guys are always asking me, like, what do you do for health, Ted? And I'm not the expert, but Jamie has gone through a journey, and I want to encourage you to check it out. Reach out to Jamie. She's there as a resource for you. And we could all be a little bit healthier, maybe a lot healthier. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your journey. What a blessing you are.
Thank you, Ted.
So
love you
reach
too.
out to them. I love you. And we'll see you guys soon. Look, if you're struggling with it, reach out to Jamie. She's just as amazing in person than she is off this show. So reach out if you're struggling. I know that you will gain lots of great insights from her.